Good morning. Welcome to ATI ProMedia. We are powered by advanced trading and we have an action packed show for you. Again, I've been telling you, oftentimes the markets open a little lower at night, then they start to take off. Last night was no different. Big move again when Europe opened. You know what else happened when Europe opened? Oats, oh, the old oats, no. Oats went limit down around 1 in the morning. For you home gamers out there, check out an oat chart. Go to barchart.com or however you like to look at charts. Look at oats. Look at it 1 a.m. Look at how many oats trade limit down. Everyone likes to say oats, no. What are oats trying to tell us? Oh, my. Okay, let's take a quick trip down to LaSalle Street. Then we're going to get headlines. I want to tell you about the markets. Corn's up 3. It was up more. Soybeans are up 13. They were up more. Wheat's up 12. Casey wheat's up 12. Minneapolis wheat's coming off. All these markets were up more. We had a wild day in cattle and feeders. We'll touch on that a little bit. Hogs lower. Big number today. CPI came out and it was high, but not so high that scared everyone. So the markets actually had a very positive reaction when it comes to the stock market. Dr. Copper, let's get in the headlines here. Dr. Copper hit at least a 2-year high, if not more of a high. And as we look through the show notes here, where did all the show notes go? All right. We could take the LaSalle Street off, Mr. Rick. CPI came out. Dr. Copper 2-year high. Oats trade limit down. We have exports. We're in a weather market. We want someone else in the world to have a problem. They're having a problem. We're having a problem too. My psychology is changing when I go sit on the back porch after work and it is raining, cats and dogs, and our ground is already saturated. I'm starting to get a feeling could be another couple weeks till that last bunch of corn goes in. We'll find out on Monday. How far along are we planted? And then how long will it take for that last third of corn to be planted? Speaking of corn and beans, bring in Connor B. We sold some products today. You want to talk about that, my friend?
Yeah, nice to see some flash sale. 120,000, 23-24 soybeans sold to unknown, 60,000 for 24-25. So good to see the export demand. We'll always report flash sales, but also at the same time, we're not going to we're not going to be huge cheerleaders for them anyway. We want to see the actual physical product go out, but good to see regardless, and good to see some higher prices, right? Turnaround Tuesday yesterday, good to see some rallies in corn, beans, wheat. And so wheat, right? The big headline I saw, Tommy, was on Russia. They cut their wheat forecast again. So dropping that wheat's rallying. But on a positive, Brady's going to be happy. I think this is northern Kansas, not necessarily in Dodge City. But day one wheat tour yields at 49.9 bushel per acre, a 3-year high. Stark contrast. Last year, it was 29.8 bushel or something like that. So good to see. We're seeing some decent, real good wheat yields out of Kansas so far.
I'm liking that. Real quick on the notes here, just talking about we've had some incredible volatility in markets. Milk trading limit up. Milk had a horrible day yesterday. Copper at multi-year highs. Corn, beans, and wheat really putting up some good numbers. It's becoming more normal to be like, oh yeah, wheat's up 20. Limit up's 40 cents, folks. So
Right.
as we continue to rally, it'd be nothing to, we're going to come on the show one day, be like, oh yeah, wheat's limit down, but don't worry, it just rallied $2. You still have $1.50. The old don't worry, right? I love when people say don't worry and they're not writing the check. Speaking of writing checks, if you bring your grain in right now or call the elevator, they'll write you a much better check than they would have a few months ago. Is that correct?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Nice. We've seen a nice price rally, nice old crop price rally, right? It feels good. I look at this, Tommy, as an opportunity. If we've got grain stored at the elevator, if it's on free DP or something like that, I think now's the time. Let's start having that conversation. How are we getting that cleaned up? How are we converting that to cash, right? If we want the ownership, we know how to do that. And then now it's time. How are we going to participate in this rally? Defend this rally for the new crop. That's how I look at this old crop, new crop market.
Yeah.
You and I talk a lot about that on Premium.
Yeah, I'm a little distracted. Guess what's getting delivered? Something we talked about a few weeks ago.
Uh-oh. Is the fridge here?
Yeah, the boys are upstairs. There's fridge,
All right. Well,
microwave,
kill
couple other
kill
things.
kill the show. Tommy's got to go. Me and
No,
Brady
no,
will.
no, 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 no. I just hear I'm in the basement, as Scott Shaladay says, my mom's basement, and I hear all this rumbling upstairs. And everyone knows, be quiet at 9 o'clock because we go live at 9. Hey, speaking of going live, we also do premium content. Folks have been asking, what the heck is premium content? So we made it a little easier for you to understand. Here we go. ATI Premium subscription, $30 a month. That's $1 a day for you home gamers. Also, what do you get? Daily research, morning comments, Monday through Friday, weekly newsletter on Saturday, premium videos, industry experts. What the heck happened? I'm not done reading. That thing went fast. All right. I think Rick
You
sped
gotta
that
read.
up.
You gotta read a
Rick
little bit
said to
faster
read
than that, I
slow.
guess.
Rick, if you sped that up, I swear to God. All right. That was awesome. Anyway, $1 a day. You get lots of yummy stuff. You get actionable text. I think he sped it up because he told me to read. He sabotaged the show. All right. Speaking of sabotage in directing the show, producer Joe is in London and he's having all types of fun. So it just shows you could take the guy out of Indiana. It's fun to see his pictures. We had a we had an action packed show yesterday. Ryan Fogel dialed in. We used the phone for the first time. We could have done video, but I wanted to see using our new mixer what it was like to have him call in. I could have done a little better job on my charts thinking about it, but we talked about GameStop, we talked about AMC, we talked about grains, and fascinating story. Ryan's been part of this since the beginning. The reason he understands what happened in GameStop and AMC is he was in Bitcoin when it was a couple $100. So the Bitcoin kids, I call them, are kind of like the GameStop kids and the Reddit kids, and it was fun. I had learned a lot. Ryan had learned something too. Ryan Fogel didn't realize that Michael Jordan lost close to $500 million on the original GameStop run up. When GameStop looked like it was going broke during 2020, GameStop went from about $15 to call it $450, $500 till they halted it. And the fund that was really, really short GameStop because they thought it was going broke blew out, and they were one of the largest money managers for Michael Jordan. Little bit of history there. Michael doesn't make
I didn't
all
know
his
that either.
shots. You do now. And like he says, and that's the rest of the story. All right, back to the show. Ryan Fogel Premium. If you didn't get that,
Yeah.
if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. We can send you back issues. That's no problem. We have them in our data library. What else do we have before I go see our new fridge?
Yeah, big one. CPI out yesterday, pretty in line with
Out
expectations.
today.
Tommy, I'll let
Out
you
today.
out
Correction.
today. What
That's all right.
that's what I meant to say. Out
I know
today.
what you meant.
Out
That's
the,
why I'm here to help you.
out this morning. I'll let you add color, but it seems like we were pretty much in line with expectations year on year. Pretty sure was it 3.4? What was the number year on year? Do
Three
you
four,
remember? I
three
can look it
five,
up.
three six.
Yeah,
Yeah. It was enough to
yeah,
push the
3.4.
S&P almost to all-time highs if it's not in all-time highs. Let's talk about the reaction. The S&P is currently at 5,300. Nasdaq's up 100. Dow's up 170. The reaction was positive. Gold exploded. The bond market went up. I think the reaction, the number was, oh, the Fed can lower a quarter, maybe a half. That inflation, if you don't know and understand this stuff, you're going to watch news like inflation's collapsing. Inflation just didn't go up for 1 month. So that the way Scott Shaladay says it is because I didn't gain a pound last month doesn't mean I'm getting in shape. And that constant treadmill, we are going up the treadmill at a 3.5 incline. And
Hey,
yes, sir.
I was going to say, I got a good graphic if we want to explain
Yeah,
inflation.
please.
And it goes right in line with losing weight, Tommy. Look at this.
Oh
Since
my God.
2014, the McDonald's prices have essentially doubled in 10 years. So if you wanted a quarter pounder in 2014 versus 2024, you are double the price. And I got to say, this is very unfortunate for my family where we have a bunch of young kids. We didn't go to McDonald's a whole lot in 2014. Now I go to McDonald's a little too much than we should. So I am definitely feeling this, Tommy. I'll tell you that. But
Let me ask you
doubled in
something,
10
and
years.
this is stuff that I don't know if you're comfortable sharing on the show. Are you
Oh
a
boy.
quarter pounder guy or a Big Mac guy?
I am a Big Mac guy through and through. Can't even remember the last time I've ordered the quarter pounder. I can tell you
Okay.
the last time I ordered a Big Mac, it was last night.
Oh, the quarter pounder is used with fresh ground beef and fresh daily. They had to compete with Wendy's.
Oh
Little
no.
trivia there. Wendy's was kicking their butt promoting the fresh beef. So quarter pounders are made with fresh beef. Big Macs are the frozen burgers, but I gotta tell you, they're all yummy to me, especially when I'm on the
Together.
road. There
I
has
was gonna
I,
say.
I mostly only eat McDonald's when I'm on the road, and that's how you get a physique like this. And I'm on the road all the time, so here you go. All right, let's get into the serious stuff. Do we have any serious stuff to talk about today?
I had a question. If we want to talk on
Yeah.
copper and oats, and then let's talk a little wheat after that. But copper hits 2-year high, right? Um,
Mm-hmm.
good to see. I'm pulling some other stuff.
Yeah.
But oats, this was I don't pay attention to oats. This morning I didn't see it, and you told me oats traded limit down. How many times have you heard oats nose, right, Tommy? It seems like every time I hear oats nose, it's when they're limit up, though. I haven't heard that this morning. Now that they're limit down.
What's interesting is it all happened in the middle of the night. I don't know who the heck wakes up. Well, it'd be someone probably overseas and says, "Hey, we're long a bunch of oats. Let's get out." And you could blame high frequency trading algorithms. Truth is, we won't know. Could there be an investigation? Sure. If you were long going home and want to know why they're limit down, you can. It's always not fair. Someone's always been wronged when the position isn't going their way, and that's probably how the farmer feels right now. That's getting unbelievable rains. They feel like we want a nice rain here and it won't stop raining. That feeling is out there. Speaking of that feeling, had a new client call me, and he'll be a client here at the end of the day, and he said I made some sales that I could have only dreamed of making. So his dream offers hit. He wanted to open an account, buy a few calls, buy a few call spreads. He said, "Do you think corn could go to $6?" I said, "I'm not going to buy the calls because I know corn's going to $6. If I knew corn was going to $6, I wouldn't be your broker. I'd be your rich friend. We're going to buy some calls in case corn goes to $6 so we
Yep.
can still be friends. Corn can go further than that. Crazier things have happened, but nice to have a client give another person a reference and then they call in. That's how our business is made. I guess the hardest part is getting the first 50 accounts, the next 50, like the rich people say, the first million was the hardest to make, and the next billion, the billion after that wasn't so hard. It's hard getting a brokerage business started. And for as much as we like to do media, you, myself, Brady, Tony, Dave Lechtenberg, all the people part of ATI Pro Media, Joe, we're all registered commodity brokers, and we
Yep.
really appreciate the opportunity to help you. One of your clients texted in and questioned you wanted a chart. Tell me which one to pull up, sir.
Let's look. He was interested. He was talking about 25 wheat. So let's look at
Or to
July.
trade.
Yep. Yep. CBOT July 25 wheat, and he was looking. Should wheat producers be looking at 2025? And he wanted us to talk about that. So
Oh, my
that's
chart's just struggling to get out there. It's there. 741 is what I have for SEP Board of Trade wheat. Let's see.
how about
These is, you want July 25 coming up?
yeah. I
Here
like
we go.
July.
Yeah, the chart's boy, the chart's like, please don't make me go out so far. 735. So between 7.25, 750 gets I would challenge your client this. They probably sold a lot worse prices in their life.
That's and I mean I look at that. We got to go back to what basically a year ago, back to 2023. Coming off that Ukraine war is the last time we got to get to these levels, right, Tommy?
Yeah, I'm gonna hit active, which is gonna kick me back to the front month, but it'll look prettier on the chart.
All right.
Here's an active wheat. And again, reminder, folks, we changed our lines. Green line is the 100, and red line is the 200. So we are past both the 200 and the 100. I mean, it would be wrong to say wheat's trading up, trending up. Super excited to see the numbers out on Friday on funds. How much have they went from short to neutral to long? I'm going to go on the show and say it. I am not comfortable as a speculator being long grain at the end of May, beginning of June, because the world's going to end. The the world's ending for some people out there personally. If you can't get your crops in, it's a disaster for you. But for the market and for the balance sheet, I am not panicking, nor am I bulled up. Do I feel like I missed a 30, 40 cent rally? Yeah. But I get the rest of my life to trade. You, as the producer, you grow like that book from one of your neighbors down there. You get 40 chances to plant a crop, 40 chances to harvest a crop. With that, Rick, I'm in a good mood. Speaking of chances, we're going to give away a flag here in a little bit. Anything else on the charts? Wait on that flag. What else you want on the charts here?
No, nothing. I like. What you say? July 25 is right. It's 740. I don't have my
Yeah,
quotes up.
yep.
But
Call it 7.25, 725. well, same number, 740, 750. As you know, as I clicked on the different months, let's look at a weekly of the Dow real quick and just show that this is the little engine that could. A few weeks ago, we were drawing lines down here at this 3,800, and old girl's going way past that. I believe, and I'll price check on aisle two, that the S&P is, oh, it's real close to or at new highs. I can't even. It's
right
within a
there.
toothpick's length of right there. Yeah. With that, questions, comments. Yesterday we had a bunch of questions, comments. Again, today's premium content. Yesterday's premium content was Ryan Fogel. We have a good show today. Any questions or comments from the peanut gallery? Stock market at or real close to all-time highs. Crude oil down. Gold volatile. Incredible volatility on that CPI. From where we jumped on the show at 8:30 talking amongst each other, grains were on the high. They are well off the high, and it's interesting. Maybe some people are selling grains and taking profits. All right, let's see what we have here
We,
under
you know,
the
we talked
questions.
about that, Tommy. We talked about making old crop sales, and we talk a lot about the fund short. Are they going to get long? Are they going to cover their shorts? They have been doing that. We got to keep in mind, right? For every fund short, we got a decent chunk of farmer longs too. So I think we're seeing that too. Yeah, the funds are covering, right? Yesterday, we saw the biggest move. What was that statistic last week? The funds covered shorts as it was like a 5-year high, or was it more than that, Tommy?
Yeah, a very brisk pace. Probably Karen Braun had that on X. She does a great job of all that, and
So
I
we
could
saw
feel their cover. I mean, when you look every day and grains open down one and they're up 5 in the open, they go up
right,
7, then close up 4. Like the funds are covering, the farmers are selling. The farmers way less long than they were. Just for the
definitely.
note, the best cash sales you could ever make are usually when the funds are a record long. The worst sale you could ever make is probably selling into when the funds are a record short. When were the funds a record short? Right along that March options expiration, and a lot of grain traded on that Friday. I remember being at corporate, and it was a bloodbath. That Friday, when March options expired, and then we started the delivery process on March futures, was the low. It was horrible, and a lot of grain got sold on the low, and that grain could have been sold at way higher prices. So if the funds are going from short to neutral to long, you want to be a seller, because when they go from long to neutral to short again, uh, you'll be glad you don't own your grain. Now, could they stay long for 2-3 years? Sure, doesn't typically happen. We have uh, cycles and grains, and we're hitting one of those cycles, seasonals. I'm sorry. We're at a seasonal where you should be making cash sales. So again, to that new client who just called in today, uh, yeah, Ashley's right. All right, bring in the comments. I like Ashley's comment. This is going to fit real well in here. The worst sale
Yes,
you
sir.
make is the one you're forced to make. Ashley's 100% correct. Thanks for watching, Ashley. Ashley, you never sent me your address to get a flag too. I'd love to send you one. So
You,
what Ashley's talking about is that just
I know it well, Tommy. When you're working in the elevator and you know someone needs, right, the note is due and they need cash. You could tell when they were coming in, they had to make the sale. So absolutely, worst sale you can make is the one you're forced to make.
Yeah, I once was sitting with an elevator manager. This was right as I became a broker, and a farmer walked in and said, "I need $200,000." That's it. He didn't care where the market was. He just said, "I know I have a bunch of grain here. I need to leave here with a check for 200. Sell some corn, sell some beans. I'll see ya." And what trust he had in that elevator manager, and what disregard he had for risk management. All right, Corey Ritter, Gina's supervising fridge guys, and Tommy is going to
Get that
say,
fridge guy
"Call it."
flagged.
Give that guy a flag. Yeah, we'll see how they do. I'll post pictures tomorrow of the fridge. It's been tough around the house. We've been we've had no stove. We took everything out, and I gotta confess to you, yesterday we cooked a quarter of a pizza in the air fryer. And if I didn't feel like I was in college, it was awesome. Gabby said I came home from University of Kentucky to cook pizza in an air fryer. I said, yeah, this is the frat life here in
Uh,
Valpo. So all right, any
the
more
old,
questions, comments? Buckeye
I think we got
Farmer, grab that one.
planner has been parked for 2 weeks and it's currently raining. Forecast doesn't look good either. Need to finish planting and have a lot of replant.
If I remember, he's in the
I
west
couldn't
part of
remember.
Ohio, southwest, southeast. He's down towards Kentucky, but refresh my memory if I'm right there. Oh, Ashley texts me her address. Very good stuff. Thanks, Ash. All right, questions, comments. We got a new fridge.
Yeah.
We're pretty excited. You guys have a market. I'm not comfortable going to bed long, but you're comfortable going to bed long every night of your life here. Feeder cattle market and cattle market had a great day yesterday coming off. Probably Brady will talk about that tomorrow. Stock market's on fire. Only thing I could say before we end the show is it's a really bad time to be poor in America. The rich have gotten richer. If you own a home, we talked on Scott the Cow Guy yesterday about being handcuffed into your home. If you own a home, it's went up 40%. If you own farm ground in the last 5 years, it's absolutely exploded. Anyone who owned anything has done pretty well, but poor people don't own anything. And so as we develop the Farm Bill, don't forget that the United States Farm Bill is extremely weighted towards food security. And it'll be interesting to see that. Don and I will talk about that. Southwest Ohio.
Where are we at planning progress for Ohio? Buckeye Farm Boy. I thought they made pretty good I think they were making pretty good progress across the state. Sounds like your corner of the world is a little bit behind. If you get a chance, shoot us a message how far you are. Is it the last 20% or you have the last 50%?
We also said the word replant. Sorry to talk over you, Connor. He said we have to replant a bunch. So he's got to finish planting and go replant what he probably got in early that's floating away right now down the river. New person. What do we got here? Sell and May go away. That's a stock phrase, and that did not work. Well, it's still May. Who knows, right? Yes, sell and May go away. Good stuff. All right, premium content's out there. Ryan Fogel will get another one recorded for you today. And with that, any other questions, comments, anything you want to add, Connor?
Nope. Give us a call, shoot us a message, right? Let us know, like Buckeye Farm Boy, let us know what's planning progress in your area, how much you have left. Anyone, let us know what the forecast is going to be, right? To me, this is going to be a hot topic, but May 20th is where I really start thinking of late planning, right? A lot of people would say it's earlier, but I say May 20th. And so how much are you going to have left after that date, you think? Shoot us a message, any questions or anything, shoot us an email, info@atipromedia.com. I think with that, we'll wrap up the show, Tommy.
See you, bye.
See you.
Thanks for joining us. We're here every day, 9 a.m. Central. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.